Hi, thank you for practicing with me today. In this practice, we'll be working with the concept of Brahmacharya, or this control of energy, how we sort of regulate and utilize our life force energy. So in yoga, there's 8 limbs, and this physical practice is only one of these 8 limbs. This first limb are the yamas, or sort of how we interact with the outer world. And so Brahmacharya, or this way that we use our energy, it's one of these yamas. So a lot going on in yoga, but knowing that as we go into this practice, we'll be especially mindful of how we're using our energy on our mat, and maybe that can take us off the mat with how we use our energy in the world. So with that, let's get started in constructive rest pose. So you can make your way onto your back. Taking feet about as wide as the mat, letting the knees fall together at the center. Maybe letting your hands rest on your belly, the ground, or your heart. And slowly beginning to arrive here. Noticing the parts of the body in contact with the ground. And turning this awareness to the breath. So noticing the inhales and exhales. Then let's become even more intentional with the breath. So on the next inhale, filling up nice and deep through the nose, maybe sipping in even more air at the top. As you exhale, let the belly soften towards the spine. The ground beneath you supports you here. Inhale, filling up. And exhale, letting it go. And so continuing here on your own timing. And as you breathe, maybe bringing to mind one thing that you can let go of for the next bit of time together. So Brahmacharya, where are we directing our energy? Maybe in this practice, we can direct our energy away from everything that distracts, everything that doesn't serve us in this present moment. So bringing that thing to mind and just letting it drift away, almost like it were a cloud in the sky. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Inhale, filling up. Exhale, letting it go. Last time here, nice big inhale. Nice big exhale. So continue this breath throughout the practice. This is our anchor to keep us here. Beginning to windshield wiper the knees, letting them fall to one side and then the other. Just slowly waking up the body. The next time they get to the right side, let them stay there. Maybe taking the arms out to a T, maybe the gaze towards that left hand for a little spinal twist. Inhaling up through center, and with the exhale letting them fall towards the left. Maybe head goes to the right. Next inhale, legs come back through center, and exhale, hugging them in towards the heart, little rock side to side. And keeping right knee hugged in, extending left leg long onto the mat, just circling out that right ankle and spiraling that left knee skyward, so really active in that left leg. And then beginning to straighten out through that right leg, maybe grabbing the back of the thigh or the calf. Inhale, flexing into that foot, bringing toes back towards the face, and with the exhale, extending toes towards the ceiling. Twice more, inhale, flexing that foot, and exhale, pointing through it. Last time, flexing and pointing. Slowly releasing that, hugging both knees in, and we'll just swap it out. So left knee hugs in, right leg extending long and active, circling out that left ankle. And then pausing, beginning to extend through that left leg. And with the inhale, we'll flex those toes back towards the face, and exhale, pointing through that foot. Twice more, inhale and exhale. Last time, inhale, exhale, pointing those toes. Hugging both knees into the chest, and take one little final rock side to side here. And then rocking up and down the length of the spine, maybe 3 or 4 times. We'll meet in a tabletop. And so taking your time to get here. Really pressing through the palms, fingers are spread wide. We'll move through cat and cow. Inhale, the belly drops, lifting the gaze. And exhale, rounding out the spine. Inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. Inhale, continuing to move here. If there's any sort of intuitive movement that your body is asking for, really seeing if you can honor that. Honor however your body wants to move, anything that it's asking for. Maybe that's stillness. But allowing your energy to flow with the breath. The next several breaths are your own. Maybe flipping the fingertips a few different ways if you have sensitive wrists. Next inhale, we'll come back to a neutral tabletop. And from here, tucking the toes, really engaging the core. We'll inhale, hovering the knees off of the ground and really puffing through the back, really cat-like here. Slowly lowering the knees and inhaling to cow. We'll do that a couple more times, firing up the core. So as you exhale, really contracting the belly to around the spine, the knees lift to a hover. Slowly lowering the knees and taking an inhale, dropping the belly. We'll do that one more time. So as you begin to exhale, curving the spine, the belly engages, the knees hover, really gazing towards the belly. Then lowering the knees, coming to a neutral tabletop, just sitting back onto the heels, giving the wrists a quick circle one way and then the other. Super important that we take care of our wrists in this practice. Make sure you're circling them out both ways. And then from here, coming back to neutral tabletop, extending the legs behind, coming into a high plank, and then lifting the hips up and back into downward facing dog. So pausing here, taking any movements that might feel good. Pedaling into one knee and then the other. Coming back into some semblance of stillness. Little cow tilt of the pelvis to really lengthen the spine. Heels are extending towards the ground, and maybe a slight bend in the knees to give you more room in the hamstrings. From here, we'll just walk the hands back towards the feet at the back of the mat. Coming into Uttanasana, or forward fold. So let the head hang heavy. Maybe shaking the head yes or no. And then rolling one vertebrae at a time, coming all the way up to standing. The head is the last thing to arrive. Once you reach the top, shoulders roll up and then down the spine, coming into Tadasana, mountain pose. So grounding into all four corners of the feet. Getting really stable here and closing down the eyes. Really sensing into the body on the mat. Focusing your energy here and now. With our eyes closed, we'll take a walking meditation towards the top of the mat. So again, really having to use our energy to sense our body, sense our feet on the mat, trusting our body that it knows when it reaches the top. Once you feel like you've reached the top, blinking your eyes open, arms circle out and up. With the exhale, hands come through heart center, mountain pose. Inhale, arms circle out and up. And exhale, hips sink low into Utkatasana, chair pose. From here, sending weight into the left foot, we'll bring the right heel off the ground. And then lowering down. Next inhale, left heel comes off the ground. And then lowering down. Take one more inhale, nice and long here. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the thighs or the shins. And exhale, planting the hands, stepping into high plank. Inhale, shifting the weight forward. Exhale, lowering onto the belly, elbows hugged in. Inhale, shoulder blades roll down the spine, lifting up to cobra. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, we'll make our way back to a downward facing dog. And we'll take that same little sequence a couple more times. So walking the hands back towards the feet, coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. And rolling one vertebrae at a time, coming all the way to standing. Heart spreads open. Mountain pose, closing down the eyes. And walking with eyes closed to the top of the mat. Really fine-tuning the energy to guide us here. Once you feel like you've reached the top, blinking eyes open, arms circle out and up. And exhale, hands come through heart center to mountain pose. Inhale, arms out and up. And exhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. So really sending weight back into the glutes, into the heels. Then I'll face you for this next part. Sending weight into that left foot with the next inhale, we'll lift right foot off the ground just to a little hover. And then setting that down, inhale, left foot hovers off the ground. And setting that down, take one inhale, get nice and long here. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands plant, high plank. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. And then inhaling up to cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And so meeting in down dog, you always have the option to take or skip or add on to your vinyasa. Really following what is best for your body, honoring your practice today, knowing that it's different every day. So we'll do that sequence one more time. So walking hands back towards the mat, Uttanasana, forward fold. Rolling one vertebrae at a time all the way to standing. Mountain pose, close the eyes. Walking towards the top of the mat. Continuing to breathe. Once you feel like you've reached the top, arms circle out and up. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, chair pose. Weight in the left foot. Inhale, right foot to a hover. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, left foot to a hover. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, one more time here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale is your vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. We'll take 2 breaths here. Reconnecting with that deep breath if you've lost it. And we'll start to build our sequence. Weight evenly through the hands. Inhale, right leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, pause here, circle anything that might feel good. Inhale, 3-legged dog, squaring off through the hips. Exhale, knee to nose, hug it in. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, and then softly stepping it through, lowering onto that left knee. Nice long spine here. Gathering the inner thighs. Inhale, arms up. And with the exhale, right forearm, right thigh, left arm extends up and over. You might feel a little more opening across the top of that left hip and left side body. Inhale, arms back through center. And exhale, cactus the arms, open the heart. Inhale, sweeping arms forward. Do that 2 more times. Exhale, cactus and open. Inhaling forward. And exhale, last time. Inhale, arms sweep forward. Exhale, planting hands, stepping back, high plank, and maybe taking a vinyasa. Downward facing dog. We'll move to the left, so inhale, left leg high. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, pause, maybe circling the hip or ankle. Then inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, really hugging it in. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step it forward, lower right knee. Inhale, arms sweep high. With the exhale, left forearm, left thigh, right arm extends up and over. So really using this left forearm to help stabilize here. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, cactus the arms, open the heart. Lower belly is still engaged to protect the low back. Inhale, sweeping arms forward. And exhale, opening up. Inhale, forward. And exhale it back. Sweeping arms forward one more time with the inhale. Exhale, hands plant, taking your vinyasa. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Next inhale, right leg sweeps high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose and step it through, keeping the knee lifted this time. We'll do the same sequence, only with knee lifted. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, right forearm, right thigh, left arm up and over. Inhale, back through center. This time as we exhale, cactusing the arms, also bending into that left knee, lowering it to a hover. Inhale, sweeping arms forward, left leg extends long. Exhale, bend the knee, cactus the arms. Inhale, sweeping forward, long line from fingers to left heel. Exhale, cactus the arms and open. Inhale, sweeping arms forward. Exhale, hands plant, your vinyasa. Downward facing dog. And we'll take that on the left. So inhale, left leg high. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Inhale, arms sweep high, and with the exhale, left forearm, left thigh, right arm up and overhead. Inhale, arms high, and exhale, cactus the arms, right knee bends to a hover. Inhale, sweeping arms forward, right leg extends straight. Exhale, cactus and bend. One more time, inhale, forward, and exhale, bending. Inhale, arms sweep forward. Exhale, hands plant, your vinyasa. And again, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Re-grounding here, feeling the feet and the hands in contact with the mat. And we'll add on to the sequence. Inhale, right leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose and step it through. Inhale, arms sweep high. Here's where it gets different. Exhale, bend the knee, cactus the arms. Inhale, straightening out. And this time we'll exhale, stepping forward to the top of the mat, coming into chair pose. Inhale, coming to stork pose, left knee towards the heart. Right leg is straight. And big transition here, circling left leg out and around, stepping into a warrior 2. So grounding here, gaze extending over the right fingertips. We'll inhale, straighten out through the legs, left foot turns out, and exhale, baby Skandasana on the left. So just bending a little into that left leg. We're still warming up the hips. Inhale, powering open, warrior 2. And then with the exhale, straightening out left leg, reverse triangle. Right arm up and overhead. Using the core, inhaling back up through center. Exhale, bending back into the right leg, coming into side angle. Left arm up and overhead. Really using the inner thighs here to draw energy up and in. Inhale, back up through warrior 2. Exhale, exalted warrior. Inhale, up, warrior 2. Exhale, cartwheeling the hands down. Maybe taking Ekapada, Chaturanga. And we'll meet back in our downward facing dog. One more breath here. Next inhale, left leg sweeps high. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose and step it through. Inhale, arms high, crescent lunge. And exhale, open the heart, bend back knee. Inhale, arms sweep forward, one long line. With the exhale, stepping forward, top of the mat, chair pose. Hips sink low, spine is long. Inhale, stork pose, right knee to the heart. And again, big transition here. Right knee circles out and around, landing softly in our warrior two. Inhale, legs straighten, right foot turns out. Exhale, baby skandasana to the back of the mat, right knee bends. Inhale, opening back up to warrior two on the left. With the exhale, reverse triangle, legs straighten, left bicep over ear. Inhale, lifting back up. Exhale, bending left knee again, coming into side angle. Maybe left forearm on left thigh, or lowering that hand onto the ground, or a yoga block if you're using them. Inhale, lifting back up, warrior two, and coming into exalted warrior. Lifting up warrior two, and with the exhale, cartwheeling hands down, maybe one-legged chaturanga, or skipping it all together. We'll meet back in our downward facing dog. We'll add on just a tiny bit more to this sequence. So inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. If Wild Thing is in your practice, maybe flipping the dog. Opening the heart. If you took Wild Thing, slowly making your way back to three-legged dog. And exhale, knee to nose. Step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus the arms, open the heart, back knee bends. Inhale, arms sweep forward. Exhale, chair pose at the top of the mat. Inhale, stork pose, left knee to heart. And with the exhale, we'll come into a quad stretch. So sweeping left foot around, grabbing on to left foot with left hand. I almost lost my balance in words. So really engaging the core to feel even more of an opening across the top of the left thigh. Inhale, slowly releasing that stork pose. With the exhale, circling left knee around, slowly, gently landing warrior two. We'll inhale, straightening the legs, turning out through left feet, and exhale, we'll come into goddess pose. So both legs bend, knees tracking outward over the toes. Breathing, and again, drawing energy up and in to support you, stabilize you here. Inhale, straightening the legs, and exhale, skandasana to the back of the mat, left knee bends. So if you're going lower this time, not just dropping into the hips, but really using the pelvic floor and the legs to keep you lifted. And then next inhale, lifting up, warrior two, front of the mat, right knee bends. Exhale, reverse triangle, right bicep over ear. Inhale, up, warrior two. Exhale, side angle, left bicep over ear, really spiraling the heart towards the sky. Inhale, up, warrior two. Exhale, exalted warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, taking your vinyasa. And we'll meet in our Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, our home base. One more breath here. And left side. So inhale, left leg high. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Again, maybe taking a wild thing. Sweeping left arm overhead. And if you took wild thing, slowly making your way back to three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, shining the heart, squeezing shoulder blades together, back knee bends. Inhale, arms sweep forward. And exhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, top of the mat. Inhale, stork pose, right knee to heart. And again, we'll come into a quad stretch. So grabbing onto right foot with right hand, then squeezing the glutes, engaging the core to feel even more opening across the right thigh. Slowly releasing that, inhale, stork pose. And again, big transition, warrior two on the left. Settling here. Inhale, straightening the legs, turning out through both feet. And exhale, goddess pose. So maybe staying here, maybe taking hands to thighs and lowering right shoulder towards the center. Maybe switching that out, left shoulder drops forward. Inhaling back to goddess pose. And take one more exhale here. Inhale, straightening out through the legs. And exhale, Skandasana on the back of the mat. Right leg bends. And again, the legs and pelvic floor supporting you here. Lifting through the heart, lifting through the crown of the head. Next inhale, opening back up, warrior two, settling here. Then with the exhale, reverse triangle. Inhale, warrior two, and exhale, side angle. Bending through the left leg and continuing to spiral the heart. Inhale, back up. And exhale, exalted warrior. Inhale, warrior two. And exhale, taking your vinyasa or skipping it. Honoring your body. Honoring the flow of your energy. Listening to the cycles and the seasons of our energy. We'll meet in downward facing dog. And from here, walking hands back towards the feet, coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. Head hangs heavy. And from here, maybe interlacing hands behind the back, drawing knuckles overhead. Opening up through the shoulders. If hands are clasped, slowly drawing hands back to the sacrum, bending the elbows and releasing that. Inhale, rolling up through the spine, coming into Tadasana, and again, closing down the eyes. We'll take that same walking meditation from the beginning of practice to the top of the mat. Noticing if anything feels different now that this is maybe like the fourth time we've done this. Once you feel like you've reached the top, blinking your eyes open. So we'll come into a standing sequence. So I'll face you to do this. So sending more weight into the left foot, we'll come into tree pose. So either bringing left or right ankle onto the left, maybe right foot onto the left calf, or right foot into the left inner thigh. Wherever you are, really pulling up and out of that left hip. So we're really rooting down. Hands can collect at heart center, maybe extending them above the head. Continuing to breathe wherever you land. Finding your drishti or your focus point, place to direct the energy, direct your focus. Again, grounding you, rooting you here in the present. And then from here, we'll take right peace fingers and hook them onto that right big toe. Bringing right knee in outside of the armpit, and then extending right leg out towards the side. Again, pulling up and out of that left hip. Really nice, bending back through that right knee. We'll come into dancer, so sweeping right leg behind, grabbing onto that right foot, either on the outside or the inside, whatever is comfortable for you, but we want both shoulders to keep facing forward. From here, left arm draws overhead, so this is a great place to stay. Otherwise, beginning to kick back through that right foot, using that right hand as much as we're using that right foot, so energy is extending in both directions. Heart keeps shining up towards the sky. And breathe. Slowly releasing that, bringing right knee to the heart for stork pose, and then lowering both feet down. Maybe shaking out the legs. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Option for vinyasa or stepping into your downward facing dog. And we'll take that on the left. So again, walking hands to the back of the mat, meeting in forward fold. Rolling one vertebrae at a time, all the way to standing, eyes closed down. Taking this last walking meditation towards the top of the mat, feeling the feet spread nice and wide on the ground beneath you. At the top, blinking eyes open. And again, I'll face you. So this time pouring weight into that right foot and finding your version of tree pose. Wherever you land, pulling up out of that right hip, grounding through that right foot. You can imagine roots extending into the ground. Maybe hands are at heart center, maybe extending them above the head. And breathing wherever you land. Really nice, slowly taking left peace fingers, hooking them around left big toe. Left knee draws outside the left armpit. You can stay here or beginning to extend through left leg. And again, breathing, focusing. Where is your energy? Where is your breath? And then coming into dancer, so rebending left leg, grabbing left foot, coming into that quad stretch. And again, this is a great place to stay. Or beginning to kick through the left foot. So as much as you're pulling that left foot with the left hand, you're kicking back and up with that left foot. Heart extends skyward. One more breath here. You got it. And slowly releasing that, coming back through stork pose and lowering left foot down again, shaking it out. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. An option for one final vinyasa here. Meeting in downward facing dog. Taking a breath here, maybe sighing out of the mouth. So we'll come into pigeon, so right leg sweeps high. And exhale, right knee towards right wrist. Left leg extends behind you. Maybe peeking back at that left leg, that it doesn't splay out to that left side. We want it extending directly behind us. You can stay nice and tall here, or bowing forward, resting forehead on the hands. Sending your breath to places that feel tight or tense. And then slowly lifting out of that, planting the hands, tucking left toe, inhaling up, three-legged dog. And coming back to downward facing dog. And we'll take that on the left. Left leg sweeps high. Then threading left leg through, left knee by left wrist. And again, peeking around at that right leg, that it's extended behind. And you can stay here, heart extending forward, or lowering onto forearms, maybe using the hands as a little pillow. Closing down the eyes if that feels good. And breathing wherever you land. Slowly walking hands back underneath the shoulders, tucking right toe, and lifting up, three-legged dog. And then coming back to downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward through the spine. And exhale, lower the knees, swinging the feet around. Scooting forward, we'll make our way onto our backs. A couple options for a back bend. And so we'll do 2 rounds of this. So I invite everyone to start with a bridge, and then if wheel is in your practice, maybe taking that on the second round. So everyone planting their feet about hip distance apart, fingertips extend towards the heels, knees pointing skyward, beginning to ground through the feet, almost like you were sliding them under an imaginary rug. So that energy starts tipping the pelvis up, rolling one vertebrae at a time up through the spine. Heart continues opening, back body is really turned on. Pressing through the arms so that the triceps engage. This is a heart opener, not a back cruncher. So if you're really lifted and squeezing, you might feel some pinching in the low back. So backing off just a little bit, using the core. Take one more breath here. And rolling down through the spine with the exhale. And so you can take that same variation again, or if wheel is in your practice, planting hands next to the ears, Elbows are hugging in. And start by just lifting onto the crown of the head. Then from here, again, continuing to squeeze elbows in, pressing through the hands, lifting up to wheel pose, chakrasana. Really extending heart towards the back of the mat. Continuing to hug inner thighs in. Take one more breath here. And then just as slowly as you entered, lowering down through the spine. And then everyone coming back into that constructive rest pose. So feet about as wide as the mat, knocking knees in towards the center. Reconnect with the breath. And then similar to how we began the practice, windshield wipering the knees from one side to the other. And when they get to the right side, letting them stay here for a little spinal twist. If you want more sensation here, maybe eagle wrapping the legs, crossing left leg on top of right, and then letting them fall towards the right side, maybe gazing towards the left. And inhaling back up through center with the exhale, spinal twist to the left. Again, if you want to eagle wrap the legs, that is there for you. Inhale, knees back through center. Exhale, hugging them in one final time. Next inhale, lifting forehead to the knees. Really taking a big breath in and pausing at the top. Holding the breath, really squeezing every last bit of energy out of the body. When you can no longer hold your breath, lowering down into final Shavasana. Again, noticing the parts of the body in contact with the ground. Maybe closing down the eyes if you haven't already done so. Letting your body rest here. You don't have to do anything more than simply be right here, taking up space on your mat. And so the ways that we use our energy on the mat can help guide us with how we use and direct our energy off of the mat, tuning into what really matters, noticing things that distract and take away from our ability to reach our highest potential. And so if any of that resonates, letting that settle and marinate in your body and your mind. And give yourself this gift of rest. I invite you to stay here for as long as you like or as long as you need. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and I hope to practice with you again soon.